classic.
How fast can you ditch civilization and get back to the wilds of Manhattan?
I have to check with Sam, but we could be there by Tuesday.
How long has it been? 2 years?
2 years? Let me tell you, Martin, if nowhere has a middle, this is dead center.
It'll be good to see you.
Sam, can you come out and play?
What's up?
Martin found something.
Where?
alle mine bønner nyttet.
Hvad ved du om, hvad dine bønner har sat i gang? Bed. Og bliv ved med at bede. Selvom du føler dig aldrig så fattig.
Where was it found?
Pennsylvania.
We always thought Maine.
They brought it very far.
And now?
The stone is here, ask. In the city.
Just us two left, Lars.
It's time you told me where you've hidden.
Goodbye, Hagstrom.
Jacob, please. You don't understand.
My grandfather's ill, that's all I understand.
Someone else has to know.
Your uncle and I have a long history, Jake.
A long history of believing in stuff that could get you put away.
The stuff your nightmares are made of.
A result of hearing a lifetime of your stories, thank you very much.
Did you ever wonder, Jacob, if you dreamed about the stories we told you? Or if we told you the stories to explain your dreams?
You have that fundraiser.
Tell me it's not tonight.
It's tonight, boss.
Tell me I don't have to go.
You have to go. You're the co-chairman.
Be the usual suspects, I suppose.
Yep. I'm sure I'll be the only one there I don't know. This is really something, isn't it?
It's just my reason for living.
Here's my lead. Culture vulture elite turn out en masse to raise building, to raise the dough for new neon art gallery. What do you think, Marty?
Nice hearing, Lester.
Heard you found something big. Metaphorically speaking, of course.
I doubt your readers would find it as interesting as a bunch of swells in designer clothing weighing out 1,000 a head to play vandalism.
You never know. How about a look? I'll see you get great placement in my column.
Lester, that is really tempting. But no thanks.
Heard you had a little elevator problem, Marty.
Seeing the funny papers left.
Of dishonest is honest is the opposite of disgruntled, not gruntled.
Why do roaches always die on their backs?
Let me see. Why are there no Bettys in Flintstone vitamins?
for this, Stewart, Marty?
Do what?
You see, Marty is trying to prove that America was discovered by Vikings.
Norse, actually. And it's not a question of proof. It's a question of carbon dating the stone.
Vikings, Norse. Is there a difference?
Yeah, well, I bet old Sam Stewart must be crazed. 2 years of trudging around in the Northeast, and this just drops into our hands.
Our hands?
Well, Martin knows what I mean. We're all equal members of the board here, right, Martin? Say, by the way, how's Marla?
She sounded good, considering she's been living in a trailer for 2 years.
Well, I met her husband, and there's a lot worse things than being stuck in a trailer for 2 years with that one.
Yeah, we'll have some more wine, dear.
Well, gotta get my money's worth.
Thought you only haunted the west side, Hagstrom.
Do you have any idea of what you have found?
I think I do.
The Runestone will promise you many things. It can sense what you want most. Don't listen to anything it tells you.
Hagstrom, it's a rock. Read my lips, a rock. I'm not in the habit of talking to rocks. That's more your specialty, isn't it?
You have always thought the worst of me.
Better than you deserve.
I am sick of hearing how crazy I am from people like you. Tonight, I will be the least crazy of all of you.
What do you want?
You're sure it said Norse letter markings?
Yeah, 6th century.
Wasn't that long ago.
What was? What wasn't?
You and Martin.
Sam, come on, it was 2 years ago.
And he hasn't had any luck?
Excuse me?
With the lettering? The runes?
Well, let me see. You said something about oxidation getting at me. Just look at you. All excited about some caveman carvings. Undoubtedly tied to some religion that no one understands or even remembers anymore.
And you'd prefer it if there were dozens of noble savages carved in the stone, all holding 15-inch dicks.
The only thing that's lasted longer than religion is pornography.
I'll try and find some dirty words for you. What's up, pal? You're not...
Myself, whoever that is. It's just that I worry that when we get to New York, I'm worried that it'll all be the same, that's all.
You worry too much. Trust me, it'll all be the same.
That's just it. I don't want it to be the same. You look great, Martin.
So weary with disasters. Start with fortune.
That I would set my life on any chance. You're wearing that shirt I got you.
What's that French phrase?
De trop. Look it up sometime. There's a picture of me.
Foundation didn't actually find it. Coal miners tunneling through Pennsylvania anthracite. Half mile beneath the surface.
2,640 feet below the surface?
Miners didn't notice the ruins, but they saw the beast carving. They sent for the local hysterical society, who of course had no idea what they found.
The lab could come crashing down around him and he'd never notice. What I wouldn't give for that kind of concentration.
You're still painting, I hope.
Oh, yeah. 2 years of paintings that only the most discriminating Kmart shopper would buy.
You're so good.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
We all have our slumps.
Yeah, we do.
Mine's lasted about a lifetime and a half.
You know, I thought living in Maine for these last 2 years would help, but it hasn't.
Frustration is portable. Mine's around here somewhere.
And I seem to live in this perpetual state of waiting. Waiting for inspiration. Waiting for my work to suddenly become brilliant. Martin, I seem to be waiting for my life to start.
People without taste or talent or imagination don't know how lucky they are. It's just my luck, Mr. GQ has to be a genius as well.
Nice shirt. Some lettering variation I've never come across. I can get some of it, but we're gonna have to call somebody else in on this. Lars Hagstrom still around?
He went over the edge years ago.
Still the best in his field when it comes to Norse research.
And unmodulated hysterics.
I'll separate the fact from the fiction.
With Hagstrom, that's major surgery.
Time to get you to bed.
Are you sleepy?
Not at all.
Photos from the site. Thought they might help.
Someone sometime must have really wanted this to stay buried.
Where are you staying?
Marla kept her place in the village.
11th Street, I remember.
Yeah. Sure we can't drop you somewhere, Martin?
No, thanks. I have my, Damn it, I left my keys in the lab.
That's okay. We'll wait. Go get them.
So. Were those the, proverbial sparks flying between you two again?
Everything's such a big joke with you, isn't it? Everything's such a goddamn rocks.
You're right. I never joke about my rocks.
You got my keys?
A sign of old age creeping up on you, Mr. Holmquist. Next thing is, you forget to zip up that barn door.
Colorado 44. That's fantastic. Well, plan on wetting that little nipper for old man Marla, okay? I'll tell him right away.
Willis here.
Congrats, Grandpa.
Hot damn! I knew that fertility drug would work.
Wonder what's keeping him.
Who cares?
Magnuson Building, 611 5th, 44th floor. Now!
Jesus Christ.
How long you been here? About 10 minutes. Why? Noble on 44.
Martin.
Did you stay here?
It's Martin. It's Martin.
Lady, go. 611 5th.
You know these two?
Fuck me. Can't anybody show any initiative around here? Get on the goddamn circuit breaker. It's like a fucking tomb in here. Captain Fanducci, homicide. And you might be?
I'm Dr. Stewart. This is my wife, Mrs. Stewart.
Dr. Stewart, Mrs. Stewart. What can you tell me?
We were here earlier with a colleague of mine.
Name of?
Martin Almquist. We left together at about 2 a.m. He forgot his keys. Came back here, and that's the last we saw him.
What were you doing here in the middle of the night?
I'm an archaeologist, underwritten by the Magnuson Foundation. We were here attempting to decipher a series of runes from the latest find.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shot who? Some what's in a what?
Runes. It's a runestone.
What's a runestone?
A Norse artifact left here by the earliest explorers of North America.
What's the matter? You don't think the Italians could have gotten here first?
Not likely.
What do you got?
The weapon was a .45 security issue, 6 shots gone. You know, some of them must have been fired up next to the skin. You got blood and hair all over the muzzle.
What the fuck could walk away from that?
Well, a large attack dog, or maybe a bear escaped from the zoo. I am Richardson, Chief of Detectives.
Dr. Stewart.
How do you do, Doctor?
Excuse me, Chief, but I don't think an animal would have known to rip up the circuit breaker.
Or take an elevator to the 44th floor.
All right, the blood trail leads to the end of the hall, and then it goes down the stairwell. And I'm not talking drops. There's quarts of it. But it slacks off halfway down, then it just disappears.
I must have found a way to staunch the wounds.
Staunch, eh? Pretty fancy word, Fanducci. All right, I want to take a look at that blood trail. Or should I say the scene of the staunch?
Weird-looking fucking thing, isn't it? Any market for something like this?
Looking for a motive?
Maybe. I'll see this finds its way back to you.
What are you going to do about finding Martin?
I'm going to do everything I can to find Martin. He's got a lot to answer for.
Oh, come on. You don't seriously think he has anything to do with this?
Hey, lady, we just scraped 2 men off the fucking tiles out there. My men are playing mix and match with body parts. They can't even find one of the janitor's arms yet. As near as I can tell, your friend was the last person to see him alive.
Well, if you ask me, there is no motive.
Well, I didn't fucking ask you.
Do you think you could just say one sentence without the word fuck in it, Mr. Fanducci? Just one.
I can try.
Thank you.
You're right. Oh, I'm sorry. Would either of you care for a Pez?
No.
Greatest fucking candy in the world.
Please, Uncle, just let him die.
I'm coming. Martin, what happened? Where have you been?
I've come.
I have come to... I have come to collect myself. I want the painting.
What happened to you?
I want you.
Martin, stop. Please, Martin, stop. Please. Sam! Sam!
Marty, what the hell are you doing?
Marty's doing this!
I don't think you made the correct choice after all. I'm gonna leave the painting here, so you have something to remember me by. You said you were waiting for your life to begin. Let's start here. I have a hell in mind for you. For both of us.
He looked like he'd been on a 3-week bender.
He just smiled, but it was...
He had this grin, like I'd never seen before.
And there was something else.
What?
His coat flew open, he had bullet wounds.
Wait a minute. Return with me to the planet Earth for a moment. You're saying Almquist was shot by the night watchman?
Right.
Wrong. We ran a test on the hair in the barrel of the gun. The lab thinks it's a large canine, after all.
What about Martin?
Well, I'm not discounting his involvement, but he sure as hell ain't running around with 6 fucking bullets. Excuse me. Almquist is not out on the streets with 6 bullets in. What about these? Research can't tell us anything.
Well, it's not surprising.
All right. And what's this?
Right, these symbols grouped around the beast carving, they identify it. It's a symbol for I or Y. It's a symbol for R. So, it could be Skirner, or maybe Frere, or Fenrir.
What's a Fenrir?
One of you a Fanducci?
Me.
Phone for you on 2.
Fanducci, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, brother. I'll be right there. Okay. Oh, boy. They've got some casts of the victim's wounds down at the station. Claw and tooth marks from an animal of unknown origin. Now, can you give me anything more to go on?
Well, it's beyond my expertise, but there is someone.
Lars Hagstrom.
Okay. What's his address?
No, this guy is like a borderline nutcase. He won't talk to you. I'll go.
You're not going anywhere, handsome. That shot I just gave you should take effect in about 14 seconds.
I'll go. Look, Fanducci, I'm sure that he'll speak with me, and I'm sure that all of this will be useless information. This is where one of us says there's a logical explanation to all this?
Look, I don't want her out there wandering around alone.
Hey, neither do I. I'll send the car and a plainclothes cop for you.
Yeah, just be careful, all right? I'm sure there's a logical explanation. Oh, this.
Fanducci told me to stick to you like glue.
An attractive thought, but Hagstrom said to come alone. I'll be in 7A. Rosemary's baby live here?
Thought you wanted Lars Hagstrom. No Rosemary here.
Forget it. 7A?
Hey, you tell them, no babies in this building. It's much bad enough.
Marla Stewart. We spoke on the phone?
You have come to see the crazy old man.
Yes.
At least this one is honest. Darjeeling. I must put my little friend into his kennel. Pardon the mess. This place has seen better days, but not, however, in this century. The watchman. I outlived all of them. Almost all.
Who were the Watchmen?
A group of men with knowledge, small minds rejected.
Darjeeling?
Ceylon. Did you ever wonder why the Norsemen came here some 900 years before that Italian?
Not lately.
It's very simple. The Norsemen sailed as far from their land as they could because they had something they wanted to get rid of.
The Runestone.
A contradiction in my design scheme, I admit. You, of course, are a non-believer. There are no atheists in foxholes, and you are in one now. The Runestone is the major player in the Norse doomsday scenario, and we are the supporting cast. I warned Martin, but I suspect that it was already too late.
You are crazy.
Every dogma must have its day. Fenrir. It's good to be on a first-name basis with evil. You're gonna need some help. There is a man, a friend. His name is Franag. He has something you'll need.
Why won't you help us?
Because I won't be here. There will be, however, someone else to assist you. I've never had many regrets. There is one. After a lifetime of waiting, I won't live to see him. It's the only thing I ever really wanted.
Him? Who is he?
I believe he calls himself Sigvaldsson. I never asked you, Mrs. Stewart. What do you do?
I'm an artist.
Ah.
You make it sound like a crime.
Oh, not a crime. Just a curse. One of many. I'll be down in a minute, Mrs. Stewart. No beast so fierce but knows some touch of pity.
on the way out!
Not yet, man. Say something for Frisco.
There's something out there.
Not anymore.
There's something coming.
Hey, Frisco, my man. It's about time.
Off duty.
Get this goddamn taxi moving now!
All right, let's add them up. We got 2 at the foundation. Oh, wait a minute, 4. There's that Hagstrom guy, a cop, and a couple of hoods.
You forgot the wino.
I didn't forget the wino. All right, that's 8.
9 with the wino.
9 dead in the last 24 hours. Boy, the press is gonna want my balls on a stick. Maybe I'll give them yours. Now, Mrs. Stewart, you say you can't identify him. You sure it wasn't this Martin Almquist?
Sir, all the victims have been bitten and or clawed to death. The bites have been impregnated by the saliva of some kind of animal.
I'll tell you what it is, Fanducci. It's a big guy in a bulletproof dog suit. Hell, you know what this city's like come full moon. Some crazy fucker's running around with rakes or something on his hands. I know a serial killer when I see one.
The last time you said it was a bear that escaped from the zoo.
All right, then. Just who or what do you think chased you through the woods? Killed all those people?
Whatever it was that killed all those people, it wasn't a maniac. It wasn't a serial killer. It wasn't human.
Trust me, Mr. Stewart. It's just another lunatic. We'll get him. We'll probably find some maniac whacked out on PCP whose dog told him to kill a few people. Come in.
It's all right. It's all right. You okay?
No.
So I jump out of the van. Right?
Yeah.
And the guy, and he's already down on the floor.
Look, Fanducci, we can waste a lot of time bantering about what did or didn't chase me through the park. And you can play the role of crusty cop till doomsday. But I think you know that we are not dealing with some bear from the zoo or the son of Sam.
And you tell me exactly what you think we're up against. And since we're being so frank around here, I've got a couple of ground rules to lay down for the two of you. If either one of you is even thinking about going somewhere in the near future, I want to know about it. No more sauntering through Central Park before, during, or after dark. And third, I can't help you unless you help me. Right? Right?
All right.
All right. Let's go. Okay, let's start with Hagstrom. Now, what did he tell you about what we're dealing with? He said what? And I don't have to tell you to lock the door and bolt it. 6 of my men will be watching the front. It's my home number. If you hear anything, a moth fart, anything, give me a call.
I'm beginning to appreciate your style, Fanducci.
Sure, now.
Gentle.
We're looking for Osk Franek.
I'm his grandson. I don't know you.
We're friends of a friend of his.
Lars Hagström.
Goodbye.
Now, please listen.
No, please leave.
We need to ask him about the Watchman.
Look, that's the one word I hope I never hear again.
We have to talk about Fenrir.
You do know Hagström.
No, he was killed yesterday.
Did your grandfather ever make reference to anything, some object, something that might be needed someday?
Yeah, all the time.
Well, do you know what it is or where it is?
No.
Would it hurt to ask your grandfather about it?
Look, the doctors don't even know if he...
We understand. Thank you.
I'm sorry. If he should, I'm sorry.
What made you come here? Ask all these questions.
Something that I can't explain or even understand. In the last 2 days, most of what I've ever not believed in has been challenged. And I suddenly find myself in the middle of something I hardly know anything about. But Lars Hagström and your grandfather, they may have known more than any of us. And no one would listen.
Bingo.
Art is like everything else, Mrs. Stewart. Every few years, tastes change. Last year it was soup cans. Today it's postmodern, and tomorrow, who knows? But take some schools of art. The Renaissance, for instance. Always a big crowd pleaser. Saints with stigmata, big hit, perennial favorites. And the Virgin Mary, from any school, in any position, standing, sitting, ascending. Oh, always a market for her. Like most academics, I sought to set myself apart, to spend years on a specialty that nobody cared anything about. You are in a room, my dear Mrs. Stewart, from which even Mr. Christie and Mr. Solomon would flee in horror. It's where we of the cloisters like to keep our out-of-fashion religious art. 6th century early, we believe. A cycle of art by an unknown painter.
Thor.
Correct. Yeah. Fenrir. A creature battled, the myths say, for years by the great god.
Tyr.
Well, we certainly do know our gods, don't we? I always like to think of him as Thor's right-hand Viking. He was the only one brave enough to face Fenrir.
Well, how was he killed?
Not killed. Tricked by Tyr and his magic. Imprisoned. A rock was the conventional penitentiary for wayward wolves. And, do we know what was supposed to occur, that this creature might ever be set free?
Ragnarok.
Well, this group is full of surprises. Yes, exactly right, Ragnarok. A sort of a mini apocalypse.
And what about the rest of the painting?
Fenrir took off Tyr's hand when he realized he'd been tricked. He wasn't pleased.
What is it, Jake?
No, nothing.
While you two were off museum hopping, I nearly lost my eyesight trying to analyze these photos, so pay attention. Now, this is the chamber where the stone was found, right?
Right.
And research says that the stone moved probably 100 or so years ago, right?
A vertical fault line shifted, yes.
Whatever. Therefore, if the stone did slip, that means it rested longer, what, 1,000 years, give or take a millennium, in another chamber. And the imprints on those walls means...
that we could probably get a clearer reading.
Fucking A. Sorry.
No problem.
So are you a cop or are you an archaeologist?
Same difference.
Well, then let's go.
Where?
To the mine.
I can't go off to visit a mine now. Richardson will be real mad at me if I went to Pennsylvania to visit a coal mine, and those ruins will be Greek to me anyhow.
Is this just some clever ruse to get us out of town, Fenducci?
Yes. Hey. Trade you for the strawberry.
They gave me 2 vouchers, yesterday.
Where you going?
I gotta go take a leak.
Look this way, please. Yeah. Over here. All right.
Good, perfect. The lady, right here, please. Just one cross there.
Thank you. Come on.
but do I like it?
So interesting that artists choose for their subjects people you would never have over for dinner.
The real problem with this stuff is that you can't collect it.
Fenrir. That's pretty fucking fabulous. Hey, honey, come here. Get a look at this.
This one's interactive.
What do you think the artist is trying to say?
Housework kills.
God, that's realistic.
Get it to paramedics.
Stay right here. Don't go anywhere.
Nothing up here, sir.
What? You said it.
So what did they tell you?
A lot of things I don't understand.
What's wrong, honey? You're not.
Oh, yeah, what? Myself? It's just that I'm beginning to realize I don't know as much as I thought. A lot of things. I don't even know how to protect you. Right now, nothing else seems to matter. What was that you used to say?
Where am I when I need me?
Where am I?
Okay, it's just a nightmare. Yes, Marla, it's just a nightmare.
It's all right. Just a nightmare.
Well, it ain't Italian.
Yeah, most of it's pretty flowery. But the gist of it is that the god Tyr was the only one that would fight Fenrir.
That's it?
So many runes?
Ever since I can remember. I mean, even before I knew what remembering was. I've had these dreams. Nightmares. Not your usual monsters in the closet variety, but really fantastic stuff. I always thought it had something to do with these stories that my grandfather and uncle told me.
And now?
This is gonna sound crazy.
Nothing sounds crazy to me anymore.
According to this section, Tyr will one day resurface. And together with someone named Jackaman, will battle
What now?
The name Jackaman is a Norse variant of Jacob.
Everything that's happened this past week, today, now, I've dreamed about for years, forever. It's as if there's a part of the dream that's missing, something I can't remember. And I can't help but feeling if I just remember what it is, everything will be all right. I suppose we all dream stupid stuff like that, huh?
All the time.
I want you two to be somewhere safe. We're on the way down.
All clear.
Ready?
Yeah.
Who's that? Probably just some bum. You mean one of the nation's homeless? On the Upper West Side, there are nations homeless. Down here, they're just bums. I better check that out. Hardy. Reynolds saw something in the alley. He's gonna check it out.
Not a backup? Get over there now.
Oh, there's nothing here, Pulaski.
I want you to move until you hear from me. Stay with them.
I need reinforcements now. I'm on 11th and Hudson. Repeat, I'm on 11th and Hudson.
Banducci's sending more men up.
They're here now.
What's your name, officer?
It's Strange, sir.
I don't care how fucking strange it is.
No, sir. It's Officer Strange.
Back way! There's no back way! Jump out the window! Just get the hell out of here!
Body count. I think you could kiss your security deposit goodbye.
What was it, sir?
Its name is Fenrir.
What the hell is your name?
My name is Zygmunt.
How'd you get past security?
If you listen to me, I may be able to help you.
No thanks, Lugosi. We can handle the situation by ourselves.
You've done an excellent job so far. You have forced the beast back tonight. But Fenrir becomes stronger every day. He will adapt to everything. Directed towards the flesh.
I've seen some left turns in my day, pal, but if you don't mind, why don't you channel yourself out of here?
Listen to him.
You know what the beast is. You have made a reading of the runes, but they cannot tell you how to send Fenrir back to where he came from.
You can?
I've handled a similar situation before. A man named Frannig has something I need.
He's dying.
It must be found.
What is this, code?
We understand each other.
Well, understand this, Singleman. I want you to come with me to the station and explain what you just said to the chief. In English this time. Let's go. Who is that guy?
What? What? For Christ's sake, Vanducci, give me a break, will you? You know, you've waltzed in here with some pretty crazy stories in your time. But this takes the cake. You don't really believe it, do you?
Hey, Chief. I never seen a baby pigeon or a sick squid, neither. But that doesn't mean there aren't any.
You know, I got about one nerve left, Vanducci, and you're getting on it. Want me to heat up some wolfbane for you? Pass out silver bullets? How about some garlic?
That I believe is for vampires.
Where the hell did you pick up this crazy son of a bitch?
With all due respect, sir, I don't think he's crazy. And this thing has killed about...
I know how many people it's killed. I also know you two are out of your fucking minds. All right. What do you want?
Very little. Some blood and hair from the lab. And 100 of your men.
Last time we saw Mort, he asked if you made the right choice.
Sam, you don't have to.
No, I do. Look, I know it all hasn't been the way you hoped. With us. With everything. But no matter what happens tonight, I am not gonna go out. It's just another asshole. Couldn't say I love you. I love you.
I love you too. And I didn't make the wrong choice.
This was contained within the body of an illiterate peasant, limiting its cunning and imagination. I don't suspect your friend was either illiterate or a peasant.
He was an intellectual.
That's bad. You're not afraid.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
After a time, one forgets everything. Even fear. You're there fortunate.
Do you think Martin was afraid?
Fenrir's power is very strong, very seductive.
How was he seduced? What was he promised?
You know what he was promised.
Grandfather? It wasn't just a dream.
Take it to him.
If it hadn't been your friend, it would have been someone else.
But it wasn't someone else. It was Martin. It is Martin.
Would you rather it have been Sam?
It couldn't have been Sam.
What disturbs you more, or attracts you more? Martin's dark side unleashed, or Sam's control of it? Very near.
floor below.
Fenrir. I would have known you anywhere.
Holy fuck.
Was it worth a try?
Wait! We have to go back for Fenducci. We can't. Nothing will stop that thing.
How about this?
Marla, forgive me. I'm just not myself today.
Martin?
No more, Martin. No more.
Saying here in Manhattan, asshole. Death is what happens to you while you're making other plans.
I suggest we do not tell too many of our friends what we have seen here tonight.
You all right?
Sure. Takes more than a Norse god and a mythological beast to get me. However...
What?
What do we do with this fucking rock?
Hey!